So, I have a lot of different coffee makers, probably too many, if I'm being completely honest. I might have a problem. But there's one very popular coffee brewer that I don't actually own, and I've never even had coffee from it, and that's the AeroPress, or at least that was the case until about 20 minutes ago. If I have a bunch of coffee brewers, why did I buy another one, right? Is that just some sort of flex of, you know, I've got more toys than you? Kind of, no. I'm kidding. Let's say you're brand new to coffee making or brand new to manual brewing at least, you know, let's say you're coming from a Keurig or an espresso, whatever. If you just follow the instructions, how good is the coffee going to be, right? Is that gonna convert you into this world of manual brewing, or is it gonna make you go, I'll go back to my Nespresso because that was more enjoyable than this, right? All right, I'm not sure what the protocol is for doing an unboxing, but I'm just gonna see if I can rip this thing open as quickly as possible. Voila. The box within the box. Okay, wow, this is, there is a lot on this packaging. The only 3-in-1 brew technology, full-bodied like a French press, smooth like a pour over, rich like espresso. It just sounds like a load of BS to me. I have never had one, so I don't know. Maybe that's why everyone loves it. Not that it's its own unique thing, but that it's the best of all worlds. As you can see, I have the clear version because, well, now that that's a thing, if I'm going to buy an AeroPress, I might as well get the one that looks cool. And it does kind of look cool, I will say. Looks like we've got some clear instructions here. American, espresso, latte, or cold brew. Cold brew is fascinating. I didn't know that that was a thing with AeroPress. This is a real voyage of discovery, guys. I'm going to take this, give it a thorough cleaning, then we'll make some coffee. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got everything clean, so now we're gonna follow the instructions from AeroPress themselves to the letter. Grind your coffee medium fine, heat your water up to boiling, or if you have a temperature controlled kettle, go to 185. Pull it apart, put the filter in, put the coffee in the chamber, 1 scoop or 15 grams. Add the water up to the number 4, which is interesting, they don't tell you how much water. Stir for 10 seconds gently, insert the plunger about a ½ inch, and let it sit for 30 more seconds. Apply gentle, constant pressure, not too hard, until you push all the water through. So obviously the variability there is how much coffee you're gonna use, whether you weigh it or you scoop it. Now, the scoop volume is gonna change radically whether you're doing ground coffee or whole beans. And the diagrams are showing that they're scooping pre-ground coffee. I don't have pre-ground coffee in my house anymore, so rather than trying to just grind extra fresh beans, I'm just gonna weigh it out and do it that way. I am surprised they don't give you a weight equivalent for the amount of water, but again, we're not going to overthink this. We're just gonna do it the way that they say. And then the temperature thing of 185, I do have a temperature controlled kettle. They're not that expensive anymore. They used to be, but I don't think it's unreasonable for the average person to hit that temperature mark, even if you're just heating up water in a little pot on the stove. It's pretty common to have a thermometer of some kind around your house. Just make sure it's clean. Regardless of what kind of kettle you have, or even if you have a kettle, you should be able to get the water right to 185 degrees. And lastly, the grind size is medium fine. Of course, that is incredibly variable. It's all based on perspective. It depends on your grinder, depends on how the settings work on your grinder. So I'm actually going to do the smart thing here and pull out the instruction manual for the grinder I'm gonna be using. And they give you a range of 3 different kinds of coffee. They say Italian coffee, 6 to 12 clicks, pour over coffee, 15 to 22 clicks, and a French press, 23 to 24. I think the last time I did a V60 with this, I did a 14 click setting, and that was pretty good. My gut's telling me to go a little bit finer, because it's such a short extraction time. You know what, I'm gonna go, let's see here. We're gonna go 13 clicks. Yeah. Okay, let's make this coffee. $15.1, that'll do. Just gonna double check my instructions here. Filter on, attach, put it on a mug, then add the coffee. Okay, should I do a fun looking mug? You people probably wanna see this. Whoa, oh gosh. Well, that's our first problem. It doesn't fit on that mug. Well, I guess that answers that question. I guess I'll use my V60 carafe. Is this gonna fit on that? Whoa, it doesn't fit on that either. Well, that sucks. I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. So you know what? I'll use the French press carafe. All right, on the carafe, add the coffee. And here we go. Up to the 4. Stir and start timer. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, add this. Let it sit for 30. There we go. Start pressing. And it says don't press too hard. I don't know how hard too hard is. And we've got coffee. Wow, that's fast. All right, and then it says take it off the carafe and then unscrew this guy. All right, and then just push it through. Wow, that was kind of fun. And we are ready to go for the next coffee, I guess. So it's kind of a small cup. Cheers. Huh. I don't know what to make of that. That's a lot better than I was thinking it would be. I kind of thought maybe I had under extracted it. Guys, that's really good. That's really freaking good. Like shockingly good. Okay, so remember from earlier when I was saying how the claims of being like a French press but not something, and like a pour over but not whatever's bad about a pour over, and like an espresso? Well, I can definitively say it doesn't taste like an espresso. If you haven't had espresso or haven't had espresso in a very, very long time, you may not know that that is just an impossibility, right? So it doesn't taste like that. It doesn't taste like an Americano. That's a particular flavor. So it doesn't taste like that, but it tastes like the best part of a French press and the best part of a pour over combined. It has a rich body to it, but it has all of the flavor. Crap, I thought I was just gonna make videos with this thing. I think I might have to brew coffee with it more often. Well, let's try the cold coffee. I believe in the hot coffee. Let's see if the cold measures up. So the only difference between this brew and the hot brew is that with that one, you stir 10 seconds, let it sit 30 seconds. With this one, you stir it for a minute and then press. And you're supposed to stir briskly, whereas the other, it said gently. So we've got an increase of 20 more seconds of time involved here. And then, yeah, just same grind size, same everything. We'll just see. I don't know, maybe this works. I can't imagine that it is gonna taste great, but I can't imagine at the same hand that they printed it knowing that it tastes like crap. Whoa, goodness sakes alive, that is crazy. Let's keep going up to the number 4. We have got a lot of bypass happening. Start the timer. Go like mad, really brisk stirring. Look at all that water that just flowed past the filter. It doesn't say anything about grinding finer, and that's what I was concerned about. It doesn't say to add it slowly. It doesn't say diddly poo. It is slowing down. It is definitely slowing down how much is going through. I'm gonna try and get the plunger on immediately once we hit that time. Done, plunger in. And press. That looks like black tea. That is incredibly light. It looks closer to apple juice than what I would think of as coffee. Bottoms up. It's not horrible, Okay, it's horrible. Yeah, that sucks. Let me check the instructions again. Grind your coffee medium fine, the same thing for hot. Set aside room temp water, did that. Put in 15 grams of coffee, add water up to number 4, stir briskly for 1 minute, insert the plunger, apply gentle, constant pressure, not too hard. Remove the cap, drink as is, or add ice, enjoy. The problem is this tastes like what it looks like. It looks like you had about this much coffee in the bottom and topped it up with water. Now, if it was sparkling water and you go, well, it's sort of like a very light coffee essence soda, kind of like a LaCroix, or one of those flavored seltzers, then I get it, okay? Then that tastes good. Yeah, it just tastes like there was coffee left in the cup. I mean, okay, it's not old stale coffee taste, but in a way it is, because it's not extracting a lot of those fresh, vibrant flavors that you're gonna get from a hot extraction. I mean, that's why you brew coffee hot in the first place. To me, it just seems like a stupid way to get there. Am I happy that I bought this thing? Yeah, I'm making a video. Of course I'm happy. But would I recommend it to somebody else? Yeah, actually. With a caveat of don't try the cold thing, because that's just not gonna work. But for the hot coffee, I think this is pretty easy. And for someone who has pre-ground coffee, I bet you that scoop probably works pretty well. I mean, I don't have it and I don't want to go down that road. I don't care. And anybody can have a kitchen scale, that's the thing. Even my mom, who for years would drink Folgers in a percolator and sweeten the heck out of it to make it palatable, she has a kitchen scale. It's not that complicated. It's not that hard, right? Those are my thoughts on the AeroPress. Go forth and brew, I guess.